Hi, folks, this is Q with marijuana.ga. Canada's marijuana stocks on fire as raids on dispensaries continue. Medical marijuana stocks in Canada have tripled on average in value since August as police move in heavily to keep illegal dispensaries shut down. This tell is in the tape, as they say. On Tuesday, the TSX Venture's highest volume traders by dollar amount were all marijuana for medical purposes regulations, MMPR licensed producers. Aurora Cannabis Inc., Aferia Inc., Organigram Holdings Inc., and Maple Leaf Green World Inc. were ranked 1 through 4 as a market close. On the TSX main board is the Canopy Growth Corp, delivering one of the best performances of the session, rising by 4.73% to $5.53 on volume of 3.3 million shares worth $18.4 million. A total of 14 million shares worth 48 million traded hands, which is highly unusual when there is no sector-specific news to drive that kind of interest. According to John Fowler, CEO of Supreme Pharmaceuticals Inc., whose share price has tripled in the last 3 months, investors are positioning ahead of anticipated federal government rules permitting the consumption of marijuana for recreational purposes as early as spring of 2017. I think that what we're seeing here is investors just following the legalization story that's happening in Canada, as well as giving recognition to the maturation of the industry as we start to see companies make significant progress on their business plan, said Fowler, quote unquote. Health Minister Jane Philpott answered on April 11th during a special session of the United Nations General Assembly in New York regarding drug use and drug-related crime that Canada would move to legalize marijuana for non-medical purposes. Right on. Thank you so much, Philpott. Since then, dispensaries have sprung up by the hundreds across Canada, all of them operating illegally, and sourcing the marijuana from unknown sources, most probably from unlicensed illegal grow operations. No surprises there. But this is the new thing, mass raids. Local police forces across Canada have been closing down the dispensaries in mass raids, but many open up soon after the police have left, or else avoid police attention by moving locations and reopening. The last round of raids in Toronto were in September. MMPR licensed operators have expressed dismay at what has been perceived as a willingness by law enforcement, tacitly expressed by some Vancouver police officers, to overlook crimes they regard as unlikely to result in prosecution and of little risk to public safety. See, that's the thing about this, the MMPR, the licensed producers. It's big business now, and they're saying, oh, the police are not doing something about something that is not a public risk. What is wrong with them? It has nothing to do with public risk or safety, really. It's the money flow. It really is them getting a little panicky about that, and I understand why that would happen. It goes on to say illegal operators. A local Toronto dispensary operator who declined to be identified said that the motivation for illegal dispensary operators was to provide access to individuals who, for whatever reason, were either unable or unwilling to access marijuana through the Health Canada's MMPR protocol. Under the MMPR regime, patients can obtain a prescription for marijuana from a doctor, which then requires registration with one of 25 MMPR licensed vendors, and then receipt of medical marijuana grown in MMPR licensed facilities by mail only. Not everybody has the ability to adhere to that kind of regime, said the operator, either through physical limitations or other reasons that we consider is their own business. Tilray, an Nanaimo-based licensed producer of medical marijuana, which was one of the first companies to receive a license, submitted lab results of samples of marijuana that is alleged were sourced from illegal marijuana dispensaries and found them to contain toxins to Health Canada Minister Philpott in September. That prompted Ms. Philpott to issue a press release that stated, quote, "Our government has issued numerous statements to warn the public that they should not be purchasing products from dispensaries, compassion clubs, or other illegal organizations and individuals," unquote. It has been suggested by numerous operators that the police raids on dispensaries were at least in part motivated by pressure from MMPR licensed companies to crack down on dispensaries that might be eating into profitability. There you have it. Now, it's interesting that they should mention Tilray. Great company, don't get me wrong. If you go and look at them, just Google Tilray, Tilray, at least coming from Canada, which is where I'm at. I'm actually in Vancouver, British Columbia. We call it Vansterdam. And, they got some really great product, don't get me wrong. Just a wonderful facility. I mean, it is world class. As a matter of fact, it might be the best in its world, especially in North America. I'm not knocking them. The only thing is that their prices are really high. And funny you should have it. I usually don't talk about my private life, but this is the MMPR producer that my specialist here has just referred me to. So, I was looking at their pricing, and that's pretty expensive. It's a little pricey. This idea about having, if I go to a dispensary, there's one in Vancouver where I live. It's called Farm Dispensary, and that's it, Farm, FARM, and I trust them? I do. Tilray, of course, I'm going to trust them, and I also have a readout, and I have it's a prescription, so it makes it a little better. But I can totally see them saying they want my money. They want my money, but they're not going to give me the kind of prices that I can get. And I'm assuming, like most people, that it is not deleterious to my well-being to consume, well, not to consume, but to partake of herb from an alternative dispensary, not one of the 25 MMPR producers. So that flow of money, I understand that they want it. They worked hard for it. It's now really big business. And big business, I mean, it's insane when just 10 years ago, can you imagine that in Canada, we'd have such a rally? $48 million traded in the hands. And I know that for some Americans watching, that's not going to seem like a lot, but in just a few days, that kind of volume here in Canada it's enormous. It's such a great thing, and of course this is just starting. It is just starting. So again, this is Q with marijuana.ga. I want to thank you very much for watching. I'm not a professional commentator or presenter, broadcaster, so please forgive me my hiccups and humming and hawing and the quality of this recording. I try to do the best I can. Again, this is Q from Vansterdam, Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. This is marijuana.ga. Please like and share. Grow the community. We love you. We appreciate you. Again, thank you very much.